I wish you had one for me. This one is obvious. This is a funny story. You have a stopwatch? I'm Nicolas Benady. I'm CEO and co-founder at Swan. Given Swan's 10-second pitch. Swan is a banking-as-a-service platform. We make it possible for any company to create for their own clients accounts with IBANs and with cards, MasterCard cards with their own logo. So Swan unlock the full potential of their product by embedding banking features. With Swan, any company can become a fintech with just a couple of developers. Why is the name Swan? This is a funny story. So actually the name was coined by one of the partners at Cofounders at the time. We wanted something classy and we wanted something white because we build a white label banking platform. So we came one morning with, why not Swan? And we fell instantly in love with the name. And actually we realized that maybe that's a good recipe for success. There is a pattern. Company names that start with an S and that you can pronounce in one sound, like Stripe, Slack, Shine, Swile. So that's a good recipe for success. Why did you decide to build your third company with Hexa? Okay, so the two first companies I built, Limonetic in 2007 and Antelope in 2014, were a little bit corporate, I would say. We sold software to banks, and I missed this startup, this SaaS flavor. And at Hexa, there was this exposure to VCs. There was this international atmosphere, and that's really what I needed at the time to launch Swan. What part of Hexa's core team did you find most useful and why? This one is obvious. The most useful team was the hiring team. They helped us to hire our first 20 employees. And you know how important this core team is. And the funny story is, among these 20 first employees at Swan, nobody quit so far, knock on wood, and we still have this core team with us, and it's so important. You share the same name as one of your other co-founders. Who's the better Nicolas? Actually, we are not the two only Nicolas. There are 8 of us in the company. That's one of the drawbacks to have such a common name in our generation. So of course, obviously, I'm the best Nicolas in the company. But I can share you a funny story that I have with Nicolas. Nicolas was not that old when we started Swan. He was 33. And we had been working together for 15 years when we started Swan. He was my apprentice when he was 18, so we were developers at that time. Tell us about the moment you realized that Swan had reached product market fit. So when we started Swan, we knew day one with my other co-founders that Swan would be a success because I was from the fintech industry, so I know that this product was missing in the industry. And it was quite hard because we had to spend 2 years in stealth mode to build the product. But even during these 2 years, and it's probably because of Founders' reputation, people knew what we were building and we had a lot of inbound requests. So we found almost instantly our product market fit, which is hard. We were super lucky, and believe me, it was not that easy with my previous company. So I know how lucky we were at Swan. So Swan is the third company you've built. What is the main difference between how you build companies now to how you did the first time round? So Swan is not the third company, actually it's the fourth because I was one of the tiny co-founder at Price Minister in 2000, so a long time ago. Actually, at the core, building a company is the same. You need to build a great product, you need to find investors, and it was possible to find some VCs even at that time. And that's it. You need some energy, you need some A players, and you need some luck to find your product market fit, and then you're done. But actually, in Paris, something has changed. It has become way more international than it was 24 years ago, even 10 years ago. I really feel that Parisian people who start companies now really think global first. They don't want to build French company. They want to build a global company, and this is one of our value at Swan. We want to be European. We don't want to be a French company. So Swan raised the 37 Series B round this year. Was it easier or harder than your seed round, and why? Actually, it was not easy to raise our Series B in 23. But the hardest round was the seed round in early 2020. Because at the time it was super difficult for investors to believe in our mission and to believe that other companies, SaaS solution, would really need to embed banking features into their product. And that's why we were super lucky to find Creandum and BPI France to invest in Swan. They really believed first in the product and two, in the founding team. Was there a GTM strategy that worked particularly well for Swan in the early days? Well, yes and no. No, because we didn't have any people dedicated to the GTM team in the first year after the launch of the service. But actually, it was product-led growth. We had a very good product. We were proud of it. So the product was, we had a lot of inbound requests, and the product was sold by the founders and our chief of staff at the time. But we knew we were lucky. What do you think the world has in store for fintech SaaSes? I do believe strongly in a vertical neobank, like neobank for homeowner associations, neobank for doctors. I think as well that something has to be cracked in terms of compliance, digital identity. So we need a simpler way to understand who is the account holder in front of us. Is it a company? Is it an individual? How can we prove it? There is really something to crack. What's your main tip to effectively manage your work-life balance as a founder? Well, I wish you had one for me. I'm not sure I'm the best one when it comes to work-life balance. I have 3 kids. I try to spend as much time as possible with them. So especially I never get out on a Wednesday, for instance. But there is something else that I do and that works for me, sport. I do a lot of sport, something like 5 times a week. So for instance, I often come to the office by running. So I try to do the best I can, but again, I'm not sure I'm the best one when it comes to work-life balance. What is the next milestone in the pipeline for Swan? So Swan, we want to become a European payment giant, and we are here for the long run. But our next milestone in order to do that is to become profitable. If we want to be here for the long run, we need to be profitable, and this is something we can achieve in the next 18 months.